Okay, good morning everybody. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today. We're going to talk a little bit about good old Dr. Gollum, what he has to say recently. Unfortunately, we have dead fruit doc guy I talked about several weeks ago saying he was too cachexic. So we'll get into that. Before I do that, show you what I got going for breakfast. Okay, a little T-bone steak action in the Cinder Precision Grill. Going to sous vide it up to about a 120 and then I'll sear it. Quick little success story. This is nourished by Rochelle. She hashtags it fit over 50 because she's over 50, and she says it 6 months ago squatting was nowhere even remotely on my radar screen. I have residual knee pain from a very old taekwondo injury I sustained 20 years ago, and it seemed as though the knee pain would plague me for the rest of my life in the gym and preclude me from squatting with any kind of weight. I had resigned myself to avoiding squats in any capacity. I've been eating primarily animal food-based diet for 8 months now, and finally I'm able to squat some weight. Perhaps my joints finally have the raw material they need to rebuild, repair, and even strengthen my joints, ligaments, tendons, red meat, fish, eggs, and collagen-rich bone broth. If a 20-year-old injury can repair itself, then I must be on the right track. I certainly never experienced this type of regeneration on a whole food, plant-based diet. All right, another nice win for a success story. Here's a picture of Miss Rochelle here. One of my favorite parts today is the online meetings I'm having with the community at meetrx.com. A little screenshot from this from our meeting from yesterday. I have another one today at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so head on over to meetrx.com, sign up, and we can talk live one-on-one or one-on, several in the video chat room. All right, so it is always unfortunate to see someone sick, and certainly more tragic when they die. Dr. Robert Lockhart, who I, pointed out, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, said, this guy is, not on the right path. He's sarcopenic, he's looking bad, he's on this fruitarian diet, and apparently very recently, within the last day or so, he passed away from multi-system organ failure. He has been on a fruitarian diet for some 40 years apparently. He was doing some fasting. I know apparently that was part of his routine, was to incorporate fasting, and apparently he was on a dry fast, which means no food, no water, and he passed away. The vegans will say, well, that was because he was fasting. I kind of think if we look at a lot of the fruitarians, they become very emaciated, very cachexic, and that's clearly what's happened to him. So I think it had a lot to do with diet. Now, 75 or 74 is not young. I mean, it's reasonably old, but it's certainly less than the life expectancy for a man his age in the country he lives in. So he did not quite meet the average life expectancy there. And it wasn't because he was eating meat, obviously, as many people like to claim that meat shortens your life, which it clearly does not. But anyway, so it's a tragedy. We don't want to sort of take any pleasure in this. I certainly, lament the fact that the guy passed away. And I think, unfortunately, I think it was avoidable. I think if he would have been on a different dietary track, probably he wouldn't have experienced what he did. Anyway, sad to see. Let's get on to, Grieger. Michael Grieger, somebody sent me a little 10-minute video clip, and I actually watched it. Usually I try to ignore it, but he's speaking in front of a large crowd, and he's talking, and basically the crux of his argument, he comes out saying that all calories are not the same, food quality matters, and we can compare 240 calories from a can of Coke and 240 calories from carrots, and you can eat 10 carrots versus a bottle of Coke, and you can clearly chug down the bottle of Coke in in a minute or so, and then the carrots are going to take you a long time to eat. In fact, I don't think anybody even want to eat 10 carrots because they're kind of, particularly raw carrots, it wouldn't appeal to me. But so he says that is a reason, and this is a crux, that is a reason why the vegan diet works, because the food is so voluminous, high in fiber, that you have a hard time eating the quantity of food, and therefore you lose weight, and therefore you see some improvements in health. And while there is some truth to that, the problem is that much of that nutrition, because you can't eat, not only is it hard to eat enough, but it's hard to absorb much nutrition. And so you just lose a lot of weight, and you end up with guys like Dr. Robert Lockhart or other fruitarians or other vegans that tend to lose weight unless they supplement with highly processed protein powders, or they eat such volumes of food that it often causes gastrointestinal problems. A lot of vegans end up with significant GI malabsorption issues, GI discomfort, pain. They end up with having a really hard time getting all the nourishment they need. Remember, all this fiber is not really digestible by humans. There are many, many anti-nutrients in many of the foods which prevent the absorption of vital minerals, vitamins, amino acids, and fat-soluble vitamins, so on and so forth. So we end up with issues with malnourishment unless supplementation is occurring, and that doesn't preclude the issue of the gastrointestinal discomfort and that sort of stuff. So yes, you can lose weight on a vegan diet. Is losing weight healthy for obese people? Yes, it is. Is it the optimal way to get nourishment and to nourish your body and to build lean muscle mass? Absolutely not. Okay. One final thing. Gal from Reporter put up a question about docs. He was talking about a doctor. Doctor basically says, it ain't my job to do nutrition with patients. We got people that can deal with that. It's not, not for me. And that is both true and also unfortunate, because, as I like to say, we are now in the disease management industry. We are highly trained technicians, pill writers, proceduralists. We just take care of disease as it's progressing. We have no longer the capacity or the system that allows us to create health, to reverse and remove disease, which is what we should be doing as physicians. And that is why I am so passionate about the fact that I don't think the healthcare system can extricate itself from the death grip that pharmacy has on it. And so the only way to do that is to step outside that, provide an alternate model, and that is what I am doing with MeatRx.com as a health creation business, health creation, nascent industry, which we're going to start. It is something that I think is a solution. I think a meat-based diet is the most superior and most efficacious way to mitigate and reverse disease. That is my belief. That is my belief based on the experience of myself and thousands of others. The science is forthcoming, and so we're gonna continue to do it. So anyway, appreciate your support, guys. Have a great day. Have a happy Monday. Another great day. Check out MeatRx.com. Come visit me in the live chat section tomorrow, today, and every day at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You guys have a good day. Take care.